In vogue, in vogue. Ooh la la. Angel Snow No 7 back in the house. Just want to come back and give us another short video. And this shouldn't take long. I just wanted to give my little 2 cents on this particular topic. This is, of course, the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. Well, hey, earlier I was on and I told these pieces of trash, you don't like what I'm saying, you don't like what's going on, get the hell off my channel and move out. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Don't you know? I looked at the subscriber count and they took off. Don't bring your ass back either. You know, keep your imaginary friends to yourself. I don't want you and your imaginary friends on my page. Keep your crazy ass away from me. You know, a lot of these people who believe in all these spooks and spirits and demons and stuff, that's the type of mindset. Those kind of people, history shows that have a great propensity for murder. They have murdered people wholesale because of these beliefs. And they said God told them to kill, and God told them, like, what? Who told you what? Now, psychiatry, if you are an individual, if you are by yourself, they would call such thoughts like that insane. But when you can gather, you know, a lot of people and believe in the same crazy, insane thinking pattern, they won't call you insane. But see, the reality is that whole group is insane. See, they know what's insane and they know what's not insane. But see, religion and homosexuals have a lot of power in this country. They have enough power where they control psychiatry. Because if you really study psychiatry, all these spiritual and religious belief systems, that would fall under the category of insanity. I'm gonna say that again. Religion, spirituality, all this belief stuff that y'all talking about, if it was not for the influence and the power of these belief systems in America, people thinking in this manner would be called insane. And that's exactly what it is. That's what it is, insane. And don't you know, at one time, psychiatry actually did call religion, spirituality, the belief in demons and all this stuff, they called that insanity. They did. But because of the pressure of Christian groups and other religious groups, they removed that out of the diagnostic symptoms manual, along with homosexuality. Prior to 1973, and you may even hear Dr. Umar Johnson talk about it. Prior to 1973, homosexuality was a mental illness. I'm going to say that again. Homosexuality was a mental illness. But because of the influence of homosexuals, they took it out of the. See, sickness is sickness. Insanity is insanity. You cannot, just because you don't like something, they shouldn't have the power to take something that's an illness out of a medical journal, out of medicine, just because you don't like it. That's just like if you love the measles, you can't just go to any doctor and tell the doctors, well, I don't like that. I love the measles. You're going to have to stop calling the measles a disease. That's not how things are supposed to work. But see, in this country, when you have a certain amount of influence and power, you can do that. Suffice to say that many psychiatrists themselves are homosexuals. Mind you to say that many psychiatrists themselves believe in some type of religious dogma. So they removed it from, religious, psychiatry, their manuscripts. That's nobody should have the power to do no stuff like that because you don't like something. Well, that's how it works in this country. You have enough power, you have enough money in America, you can buy people off, and you can get the truth. You can get truth, put to the side, ignored. And that's our problem in America, is we don't like truth. We love these fictional stories. We like lies. We actually do. There are those of you, if you're wearing a whack ass hat, you rather feel good about yourself and somebody tell you, man, that hat is the bomb. You'd rather somebody tell you that lie than tell you the truth and say, hey, that hat is whack. Now, I don't mean to embarrass nobody, but if your breath stank, I'm gonna take you to the side. I'm gonna say, hey, brother, your breath is, it's a little kicking. See, I'm an honest person like that. And the reason why I'm telling you the truth is because I love you. I don't want you to go around with funky breath and you talking to people and you socializing, and these people won't tell you that your breath stink, but they talk about you behind your back. I'm not going to talk about you behind your back. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to embarrass you. I'm going to take you to the side and say, hey, your breath is foul. Matter of fact, why don't you check me out? Is my breath foul? Because I don't want to run around here with stanky breath. Give me some gum. Give me a breath mint. Give me some. Give me some Listerine. I got to take care of this problem. But you have people who will let you run around with a stanky mouth and don't say nothing and talk about you behind your back. I don't do that here. If that's the kind of stuff y'all want to do, then you need to go to another channel, because I don't do that. I don't do that here. We want to be honest. We want to be direct. We want to tell the truth. I'm not out here to hurt your feelings. I'm the nicest guy in the world. Anybody that really know me know I'm one of the nicest people that you can meet. I really believe in, if I have a bowl of bean soup, I don't mind sharing that bowl of soup with my brother. I mean it. If we starve, we're going to starve together. You my brother, you my sister. I want for my brother what I want for myself. I mean it. I don't play these lies. The Nation of Islam ain't nothing but a bunch of liars. Brother Ben know they're a bunch of liars. They're not about that for real. These people a lot of them want to live a certain way, and they do not want to share with nobody, because if they share what they have with others, it's going to take them out of their lifestyle. They want to live a certain way. They want to enjoy what this Peckerwood have gave us. They want to share. They don't want to share the blessings that the white God gave them. Anyway, let me say quickly what I want to say before I start having technical difficulties. Send this message to my brother, young Pharaoh. And actually, I like young Pharaoh. I like young Pharaoh, and I like Seti. I met Seti, Sarah Susan Seti, briefly. I think it was in 2009. And he said, "You that brother that always talking about me." And I told him, I said, "No. Well, yes, I am the brother that's always talking about you, but that's because I see your potential. I see how great that you can be. And the only thing I'm doing is showing you, in my most humble opinion, I think that you're doing something here in error. But if you just bend your position slightly, a little bit, you can reach your fullest potential." Sarah Seti and young Pharaoh have incredible potential. But I'm telling you, those black conscious, comedic, those type of teachings, they warp your mindset. And even though you may not believe in white Jesus or some of this other spiritual stuff, they still caught up in that garbage. It's not gonna get you nowhere. So Sarah Seti is a general, but he really don't know how to lead. He has no battle plan. He has no vision for the future. The only thing Sarah Seti can come on YouTube and talk about what he think Egyptians did 5,000 years ago. So what? You a general. You call yourself a general. You're supposed to have a plan, a battle plan, and you're supposed to have a vision for the future once you win that battle for your people. But he does not have that. And there's a reason for it, because those comedic teachings can only take you so far. And young Pharaoh is the same. They have no plan. They have no vision for the future. They're trying to copy and return to the past. You can't go back in the past, brothers. I mean, that's over with. That Egyptian comedic stuff is over with. It's done. You can learn. I mean, we can learn from the past. There's no doubt about it. But that's over. You have to think about the future. You have to think about the now. Where we going? So that's where they make their mistake, trying to return to a past that you never lived. Sarah Seti never met an actual Egyptian. Young Pharaoh never met an actual Egyptian. The Moors never met an actual real Moor. A Hebrew Israelite never met a real person, an ancient Hebrew Israelite. So what you're doing is fabrication. What you're doing is what you using your imagination to try to return to a place where you didn't even exist. That's where they make their mistakes at. You cannot do that. You have to be thinking about who you are today. And this is not to say, if you want to say that you are related to those people or connected, that's fine and dandy. But you're not them. Just like you're not your mother, you're not your father. You can't be your mother and father. You have to be you. You can't be your brothers and sisters, and all of us come from the same womb. We have the same father, same mother, but we're all different. We are different people. I don't care whether you're Aboriginal or African. We are different people. We are ourselves. We're not them. We can learn from their past. We can learn from their technology. We can learn from them, but we're not them. That's where you're making your mistake. We're not them. Be yourself. Be yourself. That's why Sarah Student Seti and young Pharaoh, which I believe these men are very sincere in what they speak about, but they can't reach their highest potential because these pro-black, blackity black, Kemetic, Hebrew Israelite, more these black Muslim teachings, they holding you back, giving you a warped sense of reality. But I want to say this to young Pharaoh. I just saw young Pharaoh. He made a video, and he has a documentary coming out June the 1st. He's exposing the Nation of Islam. It's called Malcolm X's Revenge. So for those of you, if you're just curious, subscribe to young Pharaoh or just keep a watch on his channel, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be interesting. Malcolm X's Revenge, the documentary, young Pharaoh exposing the Nation of Islam. And I'm gonna tell you, these brothers, they do a very good job. Sarah Susan Seti and young Pharaoh do a very good job. They bring the receipts, they bring the films, they bring the documents. They do a very good job. I want to say to young Pharaoh though, I'm sort of I sort of wonder about you that you got on this Malcolm X train the way you have, because not too long ago, young Pharaoh said that Malcolm X got some brothers killed because of his most famous quote people always quote, by any means necessary. So young Pharaoh said that a lot of brothers was going out doing crazy stuff, getting in trouble, going to jail or whatever, maybe getting killed because of Malcolm X words, by any means necessary. And the mothers, he said that the mothers of these young men called Malcolm X and asked Malcolm X for some help because their sons was copying what he was talking about, and help them get out of jail or whatever. And basically, he said Malcolm X blew them off. Now, usually young Pharaoh, Sarah Sun said they bring receipts. Now, to my knowledge, I did not see young Pharaoh bring receipts when he said this. So I don't know. He did not say where he getting his information that Malcolm X blew these mothers of these men that you say was influenced by his words. Where is your receipts? I would like to see the receipts behind that. I never heard that story before. Never did. So I want to see the receipts. Otherwise, hey there, Angel. Hey, what's up, y'all in the chat room? That this actually happened, young Pharaoh, then you just put yourself in the same category as the people you talk to. You're a clout chaser. You're a damn liar. You're a liar. And you are just like all these other suckers. You using Malcolm X's name in order to bring yourself some type of fame. You're doing the same thing. And if I don't know where you got that story from, you need to prove yourself. Show us these receipts like you always talk about. We need to see these receipts, because I'm not going to argue about the truth. I mean, if Malcolm did that, he just did it. Now, if Malcolm did that, do that mean he deserved to be shot down like a dog in the Audubon ballroom? No. But if that's what Malcolm did, okay, he done it. Okay. So, young Pharaoh, I'm asking you to bring receipts on this. Otherwise, young Pharaoh, you're a liar, and you did that for a reason. What's up with that? So we will be waiting on that. We will be waiting on that, young Pharaoh, but I do want to say this to you. You are not Malcolm X, okay? You are not Malcolm X, young Pharaoh, because Malcolm X was a person that came from a place, and he believed, or the knowledge that he received transformed him into what you call a righteous person. Young Pharaoh says that we need to become righteous people. I listened to young Pharaoh, and I heard young Pharaoh say this himself. He said that we must become a righteous people. That is the example that that we see when we see Malcolm X from where he come from. But when you see young Pharaoh, all kinds of foul and nasty, disrespectful words. I mean, you can talk about people, and Malcolm X done it. But look how smooth Malcolm was. Malcolm didn't call people, all out their names, and he wasn't like that. He got a little rough, but every other word, Pharaoh, you know how nasty and profane, vulgar talking him and Seti can get. You don't carry yourself like Malcolm done. So I mean, you're nothing like a Malcolm X. And also, I question, after you said without receipts, because I have not seen receipts, I wonder why you jumped on the Malcolm X bandwagon when actually you actually slander. You try to slander Malcolm. It's slander until you can show those receipts that these women was complaining to Malcolm X about. And on top of that, even if this is true, and these young brothers went out and did something, Malcolm don't control they are not part of his organization. People do stuff all the time. People copy superheroes. You have people that see Batman, and they put on a costume, and they jump on cars, they try to be Batman. Just because Malcolm said those words, those brothers went out and did dumbass things, has nothing to do with Malcolm. Happens all the time. People are influenced by what they see on TV and what they hear on the radio, things of that nature. I just want to see those receipts, if you don't mind. But above all, I want to say to young Pharaoh, don't try to be like Malcolm X. There was only one Malcolm X. And he was able to mature to a certain point, and he's gone from us. You can be greater than Malcolm X. See, that's the problem. I don't want to be like Malcolm X. I don't want to be like Sojourner Truth or Harriet Tubman or Marcus Garvey, I don't want to be like those in the past. I want to be myself. You have the potential to be greater, because you have to be greater in order to solve this problem. They were not able to change the condition of us as a people. They failed. They failed. Malcolm X failed. I know you love him. I know you love Elijah Muhammad, Nat Turner. They failed. They died as a slave in racism. We don't have to do that. We can actually win this game. But like Spike Lee said, you have to do the right thing. Until you do the right thing, nothing's going to change. It's nothing going to change. You should not want to be like Malcolm X. Malcolm X still had a lot of growing to do. If Malcolm X was here today, we don't know what Malcolm might be in 2019. Let's stop trying to be like other people. Be yourself. What's wrong with being just young Pharaoh? If young Pharaoh is just a nasty talking vulgar, talking guy. Just be young Pharaoh. Potential to be greater. I'm very sure if Bruce Lee was here, Bruce Lee would tell you the same thing. Don't try to be like me. Be greater than me. Matter of fact, Bruce Lee said that all his teachers told him, don't try to be like us. Strive to be better. All teachers that really love you and care about their students want their students to be greater than them. They don't want you to be on their level and to be nobody but myself. And when I meet a young brother, I would tell them, you can be better than me. We need that. We need somebody greater than those in the past. Because those in the past, even though they were great, they accomplished wonderful things, they failed getting the job done. All of them, they failed. But because of their efforts, they get us closer to the promised land. So we give them honor, and we greater than them. You want to be greater than them, greater than that. Remember, our ancestors suffered. Because of them, you and I are on an easier path. We can actually get the job done if we do the right thing. And stop trying to be like somebody else. Stop trying to be like them and just be yourself. Change your condition. Accept your own, who you are, and be yourself. And I suggest to us, in order to really get the job done, we need to really get away from these religious teachings, these black conscious, pro-black, Kemetic, Hebrew Israelite, more, all that stuff. Y'all need to let it go, because it's not making you progress. And you can get angry at me if you want to, because when you look at your condition, ask yourself the question, are you progressing? No. I was listening to my brother Dope Coke 1, and you are not even able to duplicate what our ancestors done in the past. And a lot of them was actually, some of them was actual for real slaves. You can't even duplicate what people who were slaves done. And you're free. You have lots of money. You claim to have more education and everything, and you cannot even duplicate what slaves done. Right out of slavery, our people had it going on, right out of slavery. And here you are, never been a physical slave, and you can't even replicate what they done. You don't think something's wrong? Something is wrong with you. Figure it out. Something is wrong. I'm telling you what's wrong. But you won't listen. And that's fine and dandy. Do what y'all do. But on that note, like I say, I do like young Pharaoh and Seti. I love the fact that they stay on the neck of the Nation of Islam. I wish more brothers and sisters, ex-members of the Nation of Islam, I wish they would come out and speak. But see, this is the problem. Do you know the reason why a lot of people who was under Farrakhan, who's no longer under Farrakhan, they won't come out and speak? Because it's embarrassing. Because you got tricked, you got bamboozled, you got hoodwinked. It's embarrassing. And a lot of these people gave a lot of time, they gave a lot of money, and they were lied to, they was tricked. It's embarrassing. It's already bad enough that your relatives know. But to come out in the world and let people know that the Nation of Islam made a fool out of you, that's the reason why they won't step up and come out here and tell people the real deal. Let people see the Nation of Islam under Farrakhan, what it is for real, because they are embarrassed. They feel like a fool. I understand that. But I want to say to those who are former members of the Nation of Islam, and you keep sitting back in the cut and don't say nothing, the blood of those who are getting tricked, like Brother Ben, their blood is on your hands, because you need to be out here and warn these people about Farrakhan. Farrakhan don't give a damn. Just like young Pharaoh said, he's a clout chaser. Farrakhan was at Nipsey Hussle's funeral and called him Nipsey Russell. And I can guarantee you, Farrakhan don't know none of those rap songs by Nipsey Hussle. I guarantee you that. He's just there, a clout chaser, just like young Pharaoh said. These people are no good, a waste of time, a waste of money, everything. This has nothing to do with the sincere brothers and sisters, like Brother Ben and some of these other people. They don't know. They caught up in the hype. They caught up in the brainwashing. So it's not about them. It's nothing personal against them at all. They don't know. Just like when I was 18 years old, I didn't know. There's a video showing that God, the Nation of Islam, the God of the Nation of Islam, chose Wallace Muhammad to be the leader of the Nation of Islam. When he was a baby, Wallace Muhammad was chosen by God. That's why Fard Muhammad actually named the child. He's gonna be the one, the heir to the Nation of Islam, not Farrakhan. Farrakhan said, "I give my allegiance to you, Wallace Muhammad." That's what he said. But you see where that went, because see, Farrakhan is a celebrity seeker. He's a prey. I want my own thing. I want people to worship me. That's what Farrakhan is about. So he couldn't get the spotlight. He had to get away from Wallace Muhammad. But if you notice, Farrakhan always praised that man to the day he died. Why would you praise somebody that destroyed your beloved nation? Why would you praise that person? See, there's a lot of questions y'all need to be asking that man. But you don't. Caught up in the hype. So it's a thrill to me, and I actually enjoy the fact that Seti and young Pharaoh stay on the neck of the Nation of Islam. And also people will say, well, what about the church? Y'all talk about the Nation of Islam. What about the church? What about the church? That's a distraction tactic. We're not talking about no church. We're talking about the Nation of Islam. When you go to court, you don't tell the judge, well, what about him? How come I get 30 years and you gave him 2 years? We did the same crime. This is about you, and that was about him. This is about the Nation of Islam. We ain't talking about no damn church. When we get ready to talk about the church, we'll talk about the church. We're talking about the Nation of Islam, Farrakhan. And I want to say to these offshoots, all these other factions, you ain't no damn better trying to be the pure Islam. You ain't no damn better. Farrakhan is just the one that got all the spotlight. All that crap needs to go. All of it. And until it does, you're not going to go nowhere. Trying to do something, go back into the past, the 1930s, 1960s. The Bible says the former things shall pass away. The Bible says that God makes all things new. God trying to make something new, and y'all ass trying to go backwards. Don't make sense. But yeah, young Pharaoh, I would like to see your receipts on that Malcolm thing. Young Pharaoh, be yourself. You don't have to be Malcolm X. Nothing wrong with us being Team Malcolm. I'm glad that you're speaking and really defending, because Malcolm really needs that. So I must give you your credit for doing that. You're doing a very good job of exposing this nation of Islam. See, this is what happens to you when you don't want to admit that you was wrong. The only thing Farrakhan, the only thing the nation of Islam has to do is just really show remorse and apology and just say, look, we messed up. And that's the end of it. But they want to keep making excuses. We all this old crazy stuff. You need your ass whooped. So young Pharaoh, keep bringing that fire. Said he keep bringing the fire. I'm gonna keep bringing the fire. They think they know everything. I told you they arrogant, a bunch of know-it-alls. They have the supreme wisdom. But nowadays, they are being shown they are not smart. They're not as powerful. Nobody don't love Farrakhan like y'all trying to say. Everybody love Farrakhan. You're a damn lie. Just because Nipsey Hussle talked to Farrakhan don't mean he loved the hell out of that man. Where is the video where Nipsey Hussle said, I support the Nation of Islam, I love Farrakhan? Where's that video at? Aretha Franklin. Where's the video where Aretha Franklin saying, I love Minister Farrakhan, I love the Nation of Islam, I support the nation? Where all this love that y'all talking? All these people love this man so much. Where are these videos at? Just because somebody respect you don't mean they want to kiss your ass and love you the way that y'all trying to say. Nobody not often to this old man like that. Yes, he's an old man. Just like all of us will, if we live, we'll be old. But look at this guy with his black perm, black hair. He gonna try to tell you about keeping it real, and he running around here, no damn well he gray as hair. He's gray as hell with his damn hair black. That means it's dyed. It's dyed, fried, and laid to the side. He's gonna tell you about black pride. He's not even proud of his own damn hair, in his own self. And y'all running up behind this man. And I want to say this. I was watching that video where Farrakhan was complaining, trying to say about the ban on Facebook, which he's really not banned from Facebook. When you really look at it, he's not banned from Facebook. But he's going to talk about, try to show how important he is because he was banned from Facebook or whatever. I looked at the rostrum. I looked at Farrakhan. I looked at Ishmael Muhammad, that Father Flager guy. Farrakhan and all them Negroes on that rostrum, they so light skinned, they actually blend in with Father Flager. But you're gonna tell me that you stand for black people? Hell, where the black people at? Oh, I'll tell you where all the black people at. The only thing dark skinned people can do is listen. God don't tell us nothing. The only thing we can do is follow the light skinned people. God don't reveal nothing to dark skinned people. It's the same prejudice. How can you be a pro-black organization and all your top leadership is light-skinned folks almost look white? They almost all look white. I'm looking at the rostrum. All the people on the rostrum look like a bunch of white folks. And you talking all this pro-black stuff. Blackity black. Y'all still filled with self-hatred. Look at all the people you follow. light-skinned Negroes. Where are the dark-skinned people that y'all like? Well, y'all like me. Some of you do. God don't speak to dark-skinned people. And then look at who you marry. You don't even marry dark-skinned people. It's always a light, damn near white person. But they always talking all this blackity black and the black man is God. And where the black people at? Like that old lady said back in the day. Where's the beef? Hey, where's the black people at? I hear y'all talking all this black stuff. Only thing I see is a bunch of light-skinned folks that's supposed to represent black. But where the black people at? where they at? I don't see none. Y'all still filled with self-hatred. You still hate back. That's probably one of the reasons why you don't like me. Well, I know you don't like me because of the fire that I'll be bringing. I already know that. But you don't like me simply because of my skin color. And if you ever saw some of the arguments I had with some of these people, but I can tell they want to. They want to call me a black something something. They want to call me crispy. You can tell they want to, but they won't do it because the first thing that they're going to get accused of is self-hatred. And they're supposed to represent black. But see, you don't fool me. I know you Negroes don't really like dark skin. I know you don't. You don't fool me. I can tell. I can tell you really don't like dark skin. Because your actions speak louder than words. If you really love dark skin, we will see some dark skin. Where is it? Where is the dark skin? I don't see none. There's nothing wrong with my vision. I don't have 20/20 like I used to, but I can still tell the difference between dark and light. All this pro-black stuff ain't nothing but light-skinned folks in leadership. And the only thing you see in the back, what you see in the background is a bunch of dark-skinned Negroes because they too damn stupid to be leaders. Gotta still the same situation. We gotta follow the light. Follow the white. Same situation. But you feel better because those are light-skinned blacks. So there's no problem now. You don't see the problem when you're talking black and the only thing you see is light. You don't see no problem with that. It's telling you, it's showing you that you still have a problem with dark skin. That's what it's telling you. It's telling you that you still sick in your mind.
You're looking so good.